What is one thing you want to achieve in the future, and what can you do today to manifest that?
Playing at Burning Man. Yeah?
Playing at Burning Man.
Yeah, that's the pinnacle.
This is Rami Imam. Rami is an up-and-coming music producer, DJ, and founder of record label Ponda Records. But Rami isn't your typical artist. Though born and raised in Melbourne, Australia, his sound travels across the world. How do you describe your music to somebody who's never heard before?
House, disco house with cultural influences from Middle East, North Africa, Mediterranean. I'm trying to tap into all those flavors.
Rami continues to pull inspiration from all around him, but a recent trip to Africa sparked his latest inspiration for his most recent EP, Safara, a house and disco house project infused with sounds from all over the world, from Afro-funk, West African highlife, Arab disco, to name a few. To top it all off, Rami was nice enough to give me a copy of the record Safara along with a tea to go with it. The perfect combination to wrap up an amazing chat over coffee. We're out here in Melbourne with stranger number 23. Who are we here with today?
Rami Imam.
Rami, nice to meet you, bro. Rami, tell us, have you always lived in Melbourne here?
Always lived in Melbourne.
Always lived
Born
in
and
Melbourne.
bred.
Oh, born and bred. Awesome. It's actually my second day in Australia.
Welcome.
So it's nice to meet up with a local over here.
Thanks, bro. Good to have you here.
Yes, and I want to know, Rami, I discovered you from your music, of course,
yes.
from your background in DJing, and
Yeah.
tell us more about all that, the whole journey with becoming a DJ.
Well, began when I was around 15 years old, purchasing my first MacBook, and then shortly after went to a music festival and saw the one and only Steve Aoki. And I remember seeing him play an unreleased Turbulence, if you remember the track back in the day. Yeah. And I just saw how it connected with the crowd and people went, mental. And I was like, what is this music? And I started to dig into it, research, and started finding all these artists. And back then, the big thing was Big Room House. So it was like Swedish House Mafia, Avicii, rest in peace. Alesso, all these big names. So I was big into that style around that time, and started producing with a good friend of mine, Sam Anderson. Shout out Ando, and the alias was we called Riser, so it's just our initials put together, Rami Imam, Sam Anderson, and we did that for 8-10 years or so, a good stint, and then since tried to start my own solo thing because we were sort of moving in careers and difference in music genres, and he was starting to do more like guitar focused singing stuff, and I was going more into the house and deep house, and that's where the solo career began.
Wow. So, and how old are you, by the way?
29 years old, 30 this year.
Really?
Yep, the big 3-0's coming.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So how many years has it been, you said?
I've been producing since 15, 16 years old, so it's been like nearly 15 years.
Wow.
It's a long
And
time.
right now, where do you see it, like the future of it in 2025? Is this something you're dedicating like full working hours to, or are you also doing other things on the side out here in Melbourne?
Yeah, I work full time in property, so music's on the side for now. I try to do at least 2 to 3 hours a night if I can, and then if not, then try to get a big stint on the weekends.
Yeah.
Big 8-hour session on Saturday is always good fun if I can, but
Nice.
would love some more time to it.
Yeah. It's so funny how I discovered you and your music. It was just because I was on a random Spotify playlist doing work. I think it was like a creative playlist, that's what it's called, like Creative Flow, Creative Juice or something like that.
Yeah.
And then just shuffling random songs, and then all of a sudden your song came up.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Cora.
Cora.
I think that was the one
Yes.
you were vibing with.
Yeah, Cora. And I'm like, dude, the song is so good. And I go to it, I assume I'm waiting for like 100,000, a million listens. And I go to it and I'm like, what? It only has like, I don't know, 5K, 10K, 20K listens. And I'm like, wow, okay, I got to see where, let's see his Instagram or something. I messaged you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few months, here we are today. So
Here we are.
yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like the internet, just how you could just like meet up like this.
Yeah, I mean, you sent me the message and I was like, this is funky, but let's roll with it.
Yeah.
And here we are doing the interview. So it's good
Yeah,
fun.
it's more normalized for me just because I've done it now like over 20 times. But like
yeah.
for people like you, like it definitely is a little bit more outside people's comfort zones. To just like meet up with a stranger, have a coffee,
Yeah.
and film a video. But
Yeah, first time I've ever done something like this. So.
yeah, no, but it's great though. It's almost like a podcast or yeah, I guess a podcast, but more laid back and just chill. So I want to know your background. Is you said Greek Lebanese? Is that right?
Yeah, mum's Greek, dad's Lebanese. Mum was born here in Sydney, and then dad was born in Accra in Ghana, actually, West Africa. Yeah.
Wow. So is that where the African, Afro beats come from?
That's where the Afro beats come from. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and the music in Ghana specifically, there's massive genre called High Life. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It sort of originated back in the 50s and 60s, I think. But yeah, super funky African genre that I love. Got heaps of records of High Life, and yeah, it's funny that Dad was born there. So
yeah, that's crazy. So do you consider yourself a little bit like you're from Ghana?
No, well, I mean he's fully Lebanese.
Oh, he's fully Lebanese.
Yeah. There's just a bit
but
of.
Still, you have like some, I guess, roots from there, just because the fact that he's born there.
Yeah, he was born there. He was going back and forth between Ghana and Lebanon as a child, and then he migrated here when he was 19 years old.
Okay.
So 1969 Anzac Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how does that play out in your music? Like, how do you describe your music to somebody who's never heard before?
Disco house with cultural influences from that region, Middle East, North Africa, Mediterranean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tap into all those flavors.
Okay, I was telling you, like, the music, when I heard it, a lot of the songs were like Afro, Middle Eastern vibe, and I've usually only heard one of the two. Usually it's more Afro, just because how big it is that, you're saying, like, the kind music influence and all of that, but it's interesting to hear that combination.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was big into Afro House. It sort of was opened the doors, I guess, a bit to that sort of world and listening to African-inspired house music. And then I thought, well, I'll try and put my own flavour on it, but I was aligning more to, like old-school house rather than the newer Afro house beats. So I tried to have a mix of them all. I actually sat down like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago and thought what was something unique that I could offer instead of just sort of listening to other artists and being like, oh, that's super dope, let's try and do something similar. I was like, let's see if I can have my own unique sort of style to this. And yeah.
What's made you, I know you have the roots there and you want to be unique, but what's propelled that? Like, a lot of people just want to be, they want to get the numbers, they want to just get big, whether it's their unique thing or another way. So you're taking, obviously, people would probably say the harder route because it's more unique. Maybe people don't listen to it as much.
Yeah.
Why are you going that direction opposed to maybe like something that could be a little bit more, safer, I guess you could say?
I mean, I guess there's sort of two different routes you can go, and I don't know. I love and adore music myself, so I want to stay true to the sound. And some people go out on a night and they want to listen to music that they've heard 1,000 times before. Other people go out on a night and want to hear music they've never heard before, and I feel like I'm the latter. So like a big moment was about 2 years ago. I went with a friend of mine, Ben, shout out Strath, he also produces music, you should check him out, he's super dope. We went to Houghton Festival in the UK, 3 hours north of London, and we'd heard of these DJs before, but like weren't super aware of who they were. And then we bumped into this guy, this English guy, Harry, who's actually living in Melbourne at the moment. He's a dope DJ as well. He was chatting to us and he's like, man, you guys need to come to see Huni and Antal back to back for 7 hours. Like they're the best DJs in the world. Like you have to come with me. Like this is gonna be incredible. And we're like, all right, we're sold. Like we were gonna come and check them out, but we weren't like super aware. Like so, we're like, maybe we'll just like cruise past and see. And then we stayed with him for this whole 7 hour journey, and they played reggae, funk, disco, soul, house, techno, like every genre you could think of, and blended it all perfectly and so beautifully over this like 7 hour journey.
Wow.
that, and from all different corners of the world, like, Southeast Asian, African, North African, Middle Eastern, Indian, like every genre and culture you could think of, all just like blending into one. And a lot of super old music as well. So like stuff from the 70s and 80s. And I didn't know one song, the whole set. And that was super eye-opening. And then it sort of spurred me on to start listening to older music from that moment, which I never really had done prior to that. So once that kicked in, then I started listening to heaps of older tracks and trying to like really on this pathway to find super cool old tracks that no one had heard of. And then I started getting into some of the older Middle Eastern stuff and North African stuff, and I was like, well, I'm loving it. I could feel the energy. I could feel like, some of the vocals were super catchy. I was like, well, why don't I try and blend this with my modern day-ish house music?
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it a group, or was it like two people or one person?
Yeah, two DJs. Antal runs a record label in Amsterdam called Rush Hour.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they've got
Antal, that sounds very familiar.
You probably have heard of him. Yeah, he's massive.
I think my brother's big into the music scene.
He would know him. Yeah.
I think he really likes him actually.
Yeah.
Antal.
He's like the selector of selectors, like the godfather of greatness.
Okay. The closest, I guess you could say probably a legend that I've seen, which I think he's considered a legend, is DJ Harvey.
Okay, yeah. I've seen him as well, yeah.
Okay, I saw him on actually New Year's in Bali.
Oh, wow.
At his at a Climax. It's a club inside Potato Head, underground. It's only been around for I think a year or so, and it's like
I did see that event actually. Yeah.
It was on like a bunch of pages.
Nice.
That was really cool. I also saw the coolest set I've ever seen though. I saw Solomon.
Oh yeah.
Solomon in Miami, and he put again for New Year's. He actually performed for 24 hours.
Oh wow!
It didn't last that long, but
yeah.
Well,
he did a similar thing when he came here in 2018, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. He played like a afternoon party or evening party from like I don't know maybe 6 till 10 p.m. or so for our 4-hour set. Then had a break and went to a nightclub and DJ'd from like 12 till 6 a.m. And then they took him to a house in Carlton from 7, 8 in the morning and DJ'd all the way on like an ironing board until 5, 6 p.m. at night.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like an iconic Melbourne,
moment.
Yeah.
Wow, in the music scene.
Yeah, well, I mean, people were going crazy because he's one of the biggest DJs in the world.
Yeah.
He's like DJing in someone's house on an ironing board.
Oh, I would love to see a clip of that.
Yeah, there are a few clips.
Really?
Yeah, I've got some on my phone.
Oh my god. I actually wanted to segue into that, like into the music scene here.
Yeah.
As somebody who of course wants to, grow their following and, get more eyeballs on them. How is that in Australia? How is that in Melbourne? Is it pretty big, would you say?
Yeah, big scene. It's always been strong. I mean, my brother's like in his 40s and he was partying here in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
So it's always been a big scene. There's always been big DJs coming here. There still is today. I think it's definitely the strongest city in Australia for electronic music.
But for someone like yourself, on the flip side, not somebody who maybe is going to the music, but somebody who's making the music.
Yeah.
How is that with like getting exposure and, for somebody who's not in that scene, how does that look like?
I mean, there's a lot of artists in Melbourne. It's not super huge, but like there's definitely a strong community here doing, pushing out some decent house and electronic music. I mean, there's a lot of different crews running around, putting out some great events. The clubbing scene, I feel, has sort of died off a bit in recent years. Day parties are definitely a massive thing here.
Really?
Yeah, well, at least I enjoy them, and so do my mates. So, yeah.
Would you say Sydney is like there's more opportunity in Sydney just because it's a bigger city, or would you say it's around the same?
Oh, I mean, massive city as well, but yeah, I think the opportunity is definitely here. Sydney's, I think, a bit more commercial than Melbourne. But we've been going on a weird little pathway in the past few years in the electronic scene here. I'm not too sure about it.
Like the future of just what everything's going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, there's like super quick trancey techno has sort of taken over the city.
Yeah.
In a bad way. But no, it's all right. We'll find ourselves eventually.
I feel like that's the same maybe in Toronto as well, and just in general, like in these big cities.
Yeah.
A lot of people a lot of people aren't going for the music. They're going for the vibe. They're going for just like the party, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's very different between going to listen to good music and dancing, having a good time versus like, just wanting to get drunk or do drugs, whatever that may be. It's a big difference, would you say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for sure, with the younger generation, I'm not sure, but like, I mean, when we've gone to the recent parties, we saw like Jamie XX, which was super cool, and like, I felt like everyone there was like, a proper music head there for the love of music. Like, everyone was like locked in and like, really good energy, good vibe, good people. Who else did we see recently? I
guess the DJ would attract the crowd, right? So like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, we also saw like Moody Man recently, so like,
okay,
yeah. I mean, I feel like these are music heads attending these sort of events rather than kids like looking to get fucked up.
Yeah, because even like some really big names, like of course Kind Music and other trendier names, like they have some good music, but they'll just attract the Instagram people, the people that are just there to take videos and be with their friends.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Any big DJ like that, you're gonna get.
I'm sure you've seen like the videos, right? Like in Kind Music. Like,
the girls shoving their phones.
Oh, that too. Yeah. But I'm saying just like I think they performed in Egypt.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think there was, let's say, thousands of people, and almost everybody was just like on their phone.
It's crazy. But I mean, half of their career they have to thank to those people filming them constantly and uploading videos. Like
true.
It like grows exponentially when everyone's uploading a video online. Like if they didn't have people filming them, their career probably wouldn't be as big as it is. So
I guess no, but somebody like let's say who's going there and like wanting to have that. Don't get me wrong, I'll definitely snap a couple of videos as well.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say myself just now. Like I definitely pull out the camera and I've got like 30, 40 videos at the at the end of the night. But I'm filming my favorite songs when they come on. But like if there's a track I've never heard of, like I've got to get a video of it because
take a Shazam out too. Maybe get a quick Shazam.
I do it at the same time. Shazam, video, the whole lot. I'm like need the ID.
You get two phones, one for Shazam, Yeah. And I know the series you were doing. Are you still doing that? When you did, it was super interesting. You were trying to do one song, make it one song each day.
Yes.
And that was really cool because you actually explained how that song was, made. So like you explained like, I don't know, some random instrumental from like a 60s, video I saw, and then you did like an African thing, and you blended it all together. Can you talk more about that and how that all was?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think of a cool segment that I could upload online to try and expand the reach. And I'd seen a few guys do their own thing, and I was like, well, I can try and do slightly differently. Obviously, samples play a massive part in my music, so I was like, maybe I can like dissect the samples and where they're from and how I've reworked them and how they have like integrated into my productions, and then sort of show the different parts of the track. Keys, synths, bass, drums.
And lastly, before we wrap things up, I want to know, can you tell us more about your recent EP called Safara, which I think got released early February, is that right?
That's the one, yeah.
Tell us more about that sound, that music, what's that about?
Okay, so it's music that I've been sitting on for the past year or 2 years. Some of them are more recent, sort of post me figuring out what I wanted to do going forward with my music. And I tried to have each song have their own like unique identity in some sort of way, different tempos, different rhythms, different pace. Some were darker moods, some were a bit more suited for the daytime, and like different cultures in there. Like I'm trying to focus on the Middle Eastern and North African Mediterranean region, but Bombay Sundown, for example, has a sample from India. And
wow. And I see a lot of songs like you said, different vibe. One song I listened to is like definitely more on the Middle Eastern side. One song was maybe more on the Afro side. So it's very interesting to see like how it all blends together, and I'm sure you kind of wanted to do it in a certain way where chronologically kind of all took you through a whole journey, right?
I tried to start it off on a light happy mood with Yalla Yada and just like kicking things off, and then getting into Kidda sort of brings up the pace and adds a bit more emotion, and then you get to Bombay Sundown, which is like, a big, fast, ravey sort of trancey 90s inspired track. Jungle Voyager, the fourth track is WOS is the fourth track, is like sort of a bit more laid back, but still has like large energy. Jungle Voyager sort of pick things up again, super emotional, sort of euphoric vibe, and then Why Did You, the closer, brings it back to base. Okay. And tried to just have a cohesive journey from start to finish.
Nice. And if you want to recommend one song out of that EP, or honestly out of your all the songs you have, what would you recommend somebody listen to? Maybe it's your favorite song you have.
I think the last one, Why Did You.
What's it called?
Why Did You.
Why Did You?
Why Did You.
How do you spell that?
Why Did You.
Oh, why? Yeah. The accent. Yeah. Why Did You? Okay.
Sorry, I'm speaking too quick. Yeah, Why Did You. I mean, I was feeling that track the most when I was producing it, and it's gone through shout out to Eddie Barber, my good friend who also mixes my tracks. He knows that I've gone through like 5 or 6 different versions of this song over the years, but finally figured it out with this one that we released on the EP. But yeah, I've had the most messages about it before and post release. It's getting a good run now, so
okay.
Yeah.
Well, then Why Did You? You gotta listen to that song.
Why Did You?
And actually, speaking of the album, the EP, I gotta mention this. Rami was nice enough to actually gift me, right when I got here, an actual the actual record. So
the record.
Here it is. Safara. Look how amazing this is. The cover art.
Shout out to Jade Ping from the UK for putting this beautiful piece together, which was inspired by the monastery in Petra.
Okay, I was gonna ask, where is this? Because I have no clue.
It's not. It's a.
It's not actually.
No. It's
okay.
The bit of AI, bit of painting, bit of glitch effect.
So this is one of one.
One of one. Yeah, this doesn't exist. Only up here.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
And then you got the backstory over here, and then the 6 tracks, 3 on the A side, 3 on the B side.
And Why Did You? I see it here.
Yeah. There it is, track number 6.
Okay. Wow. This is awesome over here. And you also. Here, you want to hold this, and then you also got me
Got the tea.
The tea.
Let's go.
Ooh, awesome. And what's this? What's Ponda Records?
Ponda Records. So that's the label that I released my music through. Originally it was Muda Ponda, and then I decided that it was too wordy, so I dropped the Muda, and now it's just Ponda. But sort of like the Pondering Man, which is also on the back here.
Ah.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is one of the OG teas.
Is this one of one as well?
Yeah. This is one of one.
But can somebody get these, or is this only available
No, they're available now on my Bandcamp, and if you're living locally at First Product in Hawthorne.
Okay, wow, this is awesome. Definitely gonna have to rep this. Maybe when I go out here in Melbourne, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, awesome. All right, and before we wrap things up, basically each stranger has a question to ask the next stranger. So last stranger was actually a stranger in Bali. Shout out Bart. He asked you, what is one thing you want to achieve in the future, and what can you do today to manifest that?
Playing at Burning Man. Yeah?
Playing at Burning Man.
Yeah, that's the pinnacle.
Okay, and how are you gonna get there? You think just through promoting this EP as well as future music?
Yeah, I'm gonna put out as much music as possible. This release was the first in 2 years, so this year I've made it my goal to try and put out some sort of content every 2 months or so. I've got some cool tracks that are lined up for another 4-track EP. I'm hoping for middle of the year, maybe around September. And then in between then, I'm going to put out some edits that I've made of a few old Algerian rye tracks from the 90s, which are super cool. Also made an edit of He Lives in You, the Lion King track. Yeah. Which I've been playing out a few times, and my mates all like it. It's been getting a good reception, so I'm super happy with how that's turned out. Yeah, that's what's next. The EP for later in the year, and then hopefully some more, like another EP, maybe a single or a 2-track towards the end of the year. Yeah, we'll see what happens from there. But I'm just focused on this year for now, and see how it all comes along. Been hosting events through the label Ponda Records. We call them Ponda Presents. So we've hosted 3 events now in Melbourne. Looking to do the 4th in the next coming months at another venue around town. So yeah, we'll keep pushing as hard as we can.
Sweet. I wish I could be there, but I only have a few days in Melbourne. But
maybe we'll have to host one in Toronto.
Yeah, for sure. And lastly, I want to know what's one question that you could pass off to the next stranger.
Okay. I've got a few dream labels that I'd love to release on. So shout out to DJ Tennis's label Life and Death, Semi Delicious, Dar Disco, my Bahraini brothers out of the UK who have been supporting my track Kidda, which is super nice. I just sent them a tee as well and some records, which is cool. I'd love to release on their label. And yeah, I think I'm going to keep hustling with my music at the moment, releasing on Ponda for this year. Try to get it out as much as I can, put out some more mixes, try and play some shows locally. Yeah. All right, if you had to live in one location for the rest of your life, where would it be, and who would it be with? These are 3 questions. And why would that person?
Okay, so if you had to choose anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
where would you live?
Yeah.
Who would it be with? And
why would that person?
why with that person?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So we'll find out the next answer to that question, either in Melbourne or Sydney, probably in Sydney. And yeah, thank you for coming out here today, Rami.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Lovely to meet you.
Yes, thank you again for gifting me this amazing shirt.
Oh, of course.
And of course the record. And I'll definitely have to bring it to Toronto.
Yeah.
Spread more awareness to your music in Toronto.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And hopefully maybe we'll see Ponda out there in the future.
Yeah, I hope so.
Awesome.
I'd love to host an event in Toronto one day. That'd be super cool.
For sure. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks so much.
Peace out.
Peace.
Okay.
Cool.
I heard actually there's some similarities to Toronto and